If you want more, I'll tell you later.
Okay, where do I have to wait?
Do it outside.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, girls.
Hi,
Hello.
Anna.
So when I watched the movie, I felt like the women are the true go-getters of the movie. They're like the engine of everything. And at times, watching the movie, it felt like it also plays like a satire on the incompetence of men. Or at least on how men hold power unjustly, like how could men get so powerful, but whatever. So my question is, if you had to, in your own words, describe what this movie is about and who it will speak to most strongly, what would you say?
I feel like you can't even really describe the movie in short form, because every time we've tried to do it, you're still putting it in a box.
Exactly.
And you can't put the movie in a box. Yeah. But I also think that it's a story that's going to speak to everybody. There's something for everybody in the film, whether it be if you love action, if you love comedy, if you love these little elements of it. Like, I think that there's something for everybody in this movie.
Yeah, I definitely think this movie is like a universal charger. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you are in the world, you plug it in, it's going to charge you up, for sure.
So when I watched the film, two thoughts stuck with me. First of all, that I felt like watching a thunderstorm, like beautiful, chaotic, with those sideways lightnings. And second of all, that it, amongst other things, seemed a bit like a story on the incompetence of men, of course, made by very competent men, or at least on how men hold power unjustly. Does this reading resonate with you at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's about that thin layer of power that we hold and miscommunication and the fact that there's extremism on both sides. We're living in a time where nobody seems to be able to get along. There's so much polarity in the world. I mean, that's what this movie deals with in a lot of ways. And that thin veil of power, you know, that's what Paul really tried to touch on. And he's been writing it for 20 years, but the fact that this movie's coming out at this particular time is a very interesting thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think men can mess everything up, but women, they don't go unscathed in this movie either, because it's Perfidia who starts the ball rolling in a way, you know. So yeah, it's you can't just exclude the opposite sex.
You just mentioned that he wrote he worked on the project for such a long time, and yet it comes out at a moment where it couldn't be more relevant or more current. I don't know if you realized, but yesterday there was a march against immigration just here in London. So did you approach your roles also as a bit of a political commentary, or was it rather about other things, or both?
I think it's both. I think it's, you know, the political aspect of the film is a backdrop of the whole emotional journey, which is a father trying to get together with his daughter, and I think the backdrop was very honest and full of empathy, and also a bit of a criticism to the extremes on both sides, right?
Yeah,
and I think the movie just puts a mirror there. It's a backdrop of a real emotional roller coaster of a fun movie. But it's reflecting our times in a way.
Yeah.
Will Republicans like this movie?
Oh, see, we don't really get into politics.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, again, like she said, this movie really will be customizable to, like, anybody can relate to it. I think that's for the viewer to go and see it and take away from it what they want to take away from it. Whatever dialogue it creates that. Whatever conversation, necessary conversations it creates, then that's the conversations it'll create. And I think that's for the viewers to view and have, and not really our place to be like, yeah, watch this, or whoever you are, you should watch this. I think it's just, everybody should go and watch it September 26th, and then they can determine what it does for them.
Yes, and have a blast. Yeah. Benicio, I read a quote by you once that said that the professions of lawyer and actor have parallels. I don't know if that's really a quote, if that's correct.
Could be.
But ever since I read it, I wondered, what are the parallels?
Well, I think the parallels is, like, as a lawyer, I think you have to be convincing. You have to make people believe in your thoughts. And then for this character, I think as a lawyer, you know, can come into play. As a lawyer, you fight for justice, you know. So, I mean, those are two parallels. If you want more, I'll tell you later.
Okay, where do I have to wait?
You wait outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Plenty
right.
of chairs out there. We'll be done in about.
I will.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank
All
you
right.
guys so much.
Thank you.